Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Today, our draw features two from the AFC between the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos. Punter Rigoberto Sanchez has it teed up and ready to go. And here we go at Mile High. His return starts at the 5. He's brought down just inside the 25.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is first and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First down.
Real quick.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Working quickly here.
Brings up second and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Get it to Rashee Rice, complete. He's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
Well, much credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Jackson on 3rd and 1. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. All right, here's one of our game's first big risks. The offense lining up to go for it on their own side.
Hey.
4th down, here's Jackson. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Throwing on 1st down, Willis. Short pass brought in. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
Looking from the gun, it's Willis. Caught by Washington, left side. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot! Shotgun snap now to Willis. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. It's a pickup of 4 yards. And the Titans have a first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment, made at the perfect time for the first down.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Bronco 80.
Working inside the red zone. And he has the Tennessee touchdown. The Titans get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. All right, so nice little drive they put together there in their first series of the season, partner. And the year begins on a high note with a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be able to begin this season on a high note with a win. Well, they put more drives like that together, they sure will. But I don't know. I got that Pete Carroll just still bouncing in my brain. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But you can't start much better than that.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Titans take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come, first and 10. Lamar now from the gun. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns. And usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Quick, ready?
Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 23. Throwing again is Lamar. Completed left side to Smith. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Middle. 180.
Now Jackson on third down. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he's going to have this up near the... just a little bit short of it. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, a cookie. Now I'm hungry. Lamar throwing again. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Getting him on the dive. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Report. Hey, middle. Hey! Yeah.
Throw here, 3rd down. Bails out of the pocket quick. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
And this one's away and looking good. Nice angle on this one, headed towards the sideline. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line.
Ready, set.
Tennessee to the line. 1st and 10.
Forward, here we go. Set, ready.
To throw, here's Willis. Has it downfield, working the left. He hangs on to that football, Brock, through a well-timed tackle. Nice gain. They're down to the 36. Willis looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Finds his back complete. And he gets it across midfield and into Titans territory.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They start with 2nd and 6. Dive play straight ahead. He is down to the 30-yard line. Offense to the line fast.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Going to the ground again on first. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now. Pressure coming, and they take him down. Offense up to the line fast.
Loss of 7. Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 25-yard line.
Hey, report. No, we changed it. Go right here.
Here's Lamar. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. Sit hot.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. There's one that's about 4, but he is still well shy of that marker. It's 4th down.
Well, Kate, that's a white flag waving if I've ever seen one. I'm not sure I saw any avenue with that run play that was going to result in a 1st down. It felt more like the coordinator saying, well, you earned that call by the mishaps on 1st and 2nd down.
Reichard connects there. And they're able to get 3 points off that turnover.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it. 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Here's Willis to the air. Throw secured by George Pickens. He has this down to the 34. Offense in the hurry up here. Willis now. Short pass caught by his tight end. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Tennessee first down.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play.
Come on, come on.
Titans first
In the red zone on first. Brought in. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
at the 2.
He's going to throw it again. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans now lead by 10.
Tennessee. Cam Little.
So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Titans drive their lead to 11.
Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Good work so far. He's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
Their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Getting out to his left. And the Titans rush is going to win this round. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Hey, hey. You
Lamar out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Hey, middle. Hey.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. Working downfield, snagged by Arroyo. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He rolls to his right. Now here he goes. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
First down, here's Lamar. Oh, someone stepped in, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picks it off. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, well, you checked down to the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are. But the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap now to Willis. Forced out to his right. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Shoves one away. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. Tennessee calling its second timeout now. They've got first down here from the 36.
First down, Titans.
Working from the gun, it's Willis. Look at that power, deep left side. He's got it at the 30. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try to field goal right now.
It's a gain of 35. And the Titans first down.
Little knocks it through. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
Okay, that's just an excellent play call to get a chunk of yards and set up that field goal before halftime. Job well done.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback.
They're on the 35-yard line.
One last play before the break.
180.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. And this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
180. Sit up.
All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
I should probably start a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you got a chip. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rapping.
Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. All right, partner, are you on board with that call we just saw? Yes, they trailed, but it's not a huge lead. It's only in the third quarter. Holy, you jumped the gun. Now they're in a tougher spot because they didn't recover. Did you say no?
No. No. No.
Why not?
Because 95% of the time or so, those things fail. Why would you do that this early? No.
Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 28. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Throwing on first down, Willis. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Working inside the red zone. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
19 left.
Scott Evans once again. And he takes it in. Touch. Down Tennessee. The Titans grow the lead coming out of halftime. Mike Evans with the touchdown. Little Tex on the extra point. And the Titans stretch their lead to 21.
Broncos 3. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He dodged the tackle, and he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run.
First and 10. At
quick.
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10.
Ready. Sit up. Go right here. You. Sit up.
Lamar now from the gun. Absolutely fires this one right side. Big game downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
We change it. Sit up.
On 1st down, Jackson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Throwing again is Lamar. Chased out to his right. Connection made with his back deep downfield. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. Goes to the hurry up here.
You at X. You at X. No, we change it. Sit up.
Lamar throwing again. Escapes out to the left. And they're going to score a touchdown, Denver. The Broncos start the 2nd half with some needed points. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos get it back to a 14-point game. Maybe a little panic here. Maybe they feel like they have to. Down 2 scores. Look at this. Lining up for the onside kick here in the 3rd. And the Titans are able to cover up the kick. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
Each of these guys on this hands team, well, they're hand-picked, no pun intended, for the assignment. And they need the guys out there who could always be relied on to go bring in that onside kick without incident.
Willis to throw it. He's throwing deep to the left side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Working quickly here.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Finds a man right side. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 32.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Willis to the air. Complete out to the right side. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Broncos' 23-yard line.
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. Complete out to the right. And he stops just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
It's a gain of 3. 1st down.
To throw, here's Willis. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up 2nd down. Working now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. We'll air it out on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 4th and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Cam Little now to attempt this field goal. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Little knocks it through, and that makes this a 3-score game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2-for-2 for this kicker.
Rigoberto Sanchez.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Jackson. Buying some time right. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. A 28-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Hey, middle. 13.
Throwing now on 1st down. It's Jackson. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
You see it? Hey, Alpha, sit on. 180! Nice shot! Nice shot!
Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? After the false start, some serious work to do, Brock. 2nd and 15.
Sit on! Hey! Sit on! Go ahead. Go right here.
From the gun, Jackson. And again, it's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back, and 2 straight incompletions that made this 3rd down.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long, and that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
180! Sit on! 180! Finish it up! No, we changed it. Let's go. Sit high. Sit up.
Jackson's going to throw again. Finds the in route complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready, set.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Willis. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunk of yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys.
He's got it deep downfield. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. The Titans carry both the football and a good lead into our fourth quarter. All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go. Set. 19 target. Go.
Working from the gun, it's Willis. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
2nd and 10. Here's Willis. Caught by Washington, left side. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Titans have a first.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Titans make it a 24-point ball game.
Broncos 10. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. There's a dive up the middle. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive. Looking quickly here.
32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Back to the well again. And 2nd down only works out for a yard. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
No, we change it.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Titans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down, Willis. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Too much lead on that throw. That ball's incomplete ahead of his target.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Willis now, 3rd down. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down. They'll throw for it. He's got it to his running back. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
From the red zone on 1st. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans keep running away with this. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. A little burst so far. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he will slide down just a little bit shy getting that 1st down. But able to avoid the hit. Smart play there. And it's going to set up 2nd and 1 at most.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
No luck finding his receiver that time. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
I think more than ever, QBs today are so good at doing this, Kate, buying himself enough time and actually finding a target downfield. Just this time, he couldn't quite make that connection.
Change it. Hey, report. Report.
Jackson on 3rd and 1. Headed out right. Making the call himself. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. He gets 6 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Connecting on a slant. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right in the double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
They're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12.
Sit up. Hey, Ozzie. Sit up.
Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
3rd down and 12.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Come on. 180! Press on! Go.
One drawn up here for Lamar. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Working inside the red zone. Throws caught. That play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
You turned it.
Lamar now from the gun. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos putting up points in a game decided. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Lamar on the offense staying out there, Brock. They're trying for 2. They'll try it on the ground. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails.
41, Broncos 16. Will Reichard to kick off.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Hartman with a return. Jukes away from one. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle him up immediately.
Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. Throwing again is Lamar. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. They've got to keep moving quick here.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 14-yard line.
Report!
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Oh no, they get him yet again. Quan Martin with the pick. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races.